Right. Let me know when I start talking. And it's going good.
Walking on eggshells every time you come around. I don't even know myself anymore. Take what you want and then it's time to leave. Beginning to think I never knew you at all. Walking on eggshells every time you come around. Don't know how you do what you do when you do to me. Little while I coming through, see what you and me. I don't wanna run, I'm gonna, 'cause I gotta leave. Lost a taste for this chase and I better go, I better go. Because this house ain't a home any longer. When you're out of your own, now are you stranger? Well, I'm free now, do you feel me? And when it's for real, now you can come and see me. Well, can you hear my words? 'Cause they're coming through in verse, crashing like the waves around you. They're like the waves around you. Well, I told you once, oh yes, I've told you twice. I ain't got time for the mess or the stress of your test, 'cause it's for the birds, baby, it's for the birds. Don't know how you do what you do when you do to me. Little while I coming through, see what you me. And I don't wanna run, I'm gonna, 'cause I gotta leave. I lost a taste for this chase and I better go, I better go. Because this house ain't a home any longer. When you're out of your own, now are you stranger? Well, I'm free now, oh, do you feel me? And when it's for real, now you can come and see me. 'Cause this house ain't a home any longer. When you're out of your own, it out now. Yeah, yeah. What's the price for the ones that we love? Gonna cost you everything. Gonna cost you everything. What's the price for the one that we hold? Gonna cost your blood, sweat, and tears, all your fears and all your control. What's the price for the one that we love? Gonna cost you everything. Gonna cost you everything. What's the price for the one that we hold? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got it all figured out now. Yeah, I won't interfere with you. You've got it all mapped out now. Yeah, I won't ride along with you. You've got it all under control now. Oh, I'm gonna take my hands off it. You've got it all figured out now. Yeah, yeah. What's the price for the one that we love? Gonna cost you everything. Gonna cost you everything. What's the price for the one that we hold? Gonna cost your blood, sweat, and tears, all your fears and all your control. What's the price for the one that we know? Gonna cost you everything. Gonna cost you everything. What's the price for the one that we hold? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, for where we are. Where do we go? Where do we go? For where we are. Where do we go? Where do we go? For where we are. I will let go. For where we are. I will let go. You've got it all figured out now. Yeah, I won't interfere with you. You've got it all mapped out now. Yeah, I won't ride along with you. You've got it all under control now. Oh, I'm gonna take my hands off it. You've got it all figured out now. Yeah, yeah. You've got it.
Welcome back to the final week of the National Sim Racing League Touring Dirt Series at Volusia Speedway in Barberville, Florida for the Florida Classic, brought to you by www.winviewgames.com/JER289. I'm Jeremy Rucker here with you tonight, as well as Ryan Ayers up in the booth with me and Tom Jenks running the cameras. Ryan, last week we had a action-packed night at USA Speedway in the Dirt Legends car. It's a pretty good race. What did you expect tonight here at Volusia?
Well, practice has been shaping the track up here for these heat races tonight. Lot of fast cars. I can't believe some of the lap times that these guys are throwing down tonight. Be expecting some close side-by-side racing in these super late models. Track is really shaping up here, and I'm excited to see maybe a new potential winner for the series.
Sounds like they kind of got the Heat 1 lineups started. And we'd just like to shout a quick thank you to WinView Games for sponsoring both our late model races this season. www.winviewgames.com/JER289. Looks like we're going to have two heats tonight with 8 laps apiece. After that, we're going to have a 40-lap A main for the Florida Classic. You got any favorites tonight, Ryan?
Well, I do have a couple of favorites here. I know that some guys have been showing up late. Dustin Enderley was last week's winner in those Dirt Legend cars. I'll be excited to see what he brings to the table in the late models. But it looks like Anthony Miller, he's going to be the guy I'll be riding with tonight. In the 71 car, he's an experienced late model driver. Done very well in these cars as well. So I'll be riding with him and maybe see him bring home a win tonight and end up in victory lane.
Well, folks,
Okay.
we got Heat 1 lineup making its way out to the track. On the pole tonight's going to be Dustin Enderley in the 55. Outside row number 1 will be Joshua Battles in the number 11 car. Inside row 2 will be Scott Weatherby in the number 10 car. Outside row 2 will be Chris Watkins in the number 19 car. Whoop. Looks like Joshua Battles is actually going to scratch Heat 1. He's not coming out to the track, so that's going to switch everything up a little bit. We're going to have Dustin Enderley still on the pole in the 55 car. Outside row 1 is going to be Scott Weatherby in that 10 car, Windview Games Racing Machine. Inside row 2 will be 19 of Chris Watkins with Brant Morrow, who is outside in that 13 car. In row 3 will be John Haggard in the 20 car, and 2 is outside the 222 Eric Fargo. And starting Donkey to 9, heat number 1 will be Andrew Schaefer or Forrest Lane in the number 87 car. Brian, I think we got a pretty good stacked heat number 1. What do you think?
Very competitive drivers in heat race number 1. What I'm impressed by, Jeremy, up here in this booth is the great looking cars that have hit the track already for heat race number 1. These cars look very nice right now, starting out the night. A lot of creative designs. They're all really impressing me. I'm going to be riding with the 10 car on the outside pole. Scott Weatherby in the Windview Games late model tonight. He is our sponsor driver with Windview Games. Check out their app, windviewgames.com/JER289. As we're coming out of 4 here, we're going to drop the green flag. Dustin Enderley gets a good jump. The 10 car kind of stayed behind him a little bit. He's coming down in front of the 19 of Chris Watkins, and the 10 car takes the lead. That's on Scott Weatherby, not Windview Games late model there. We got a good battle for second so far between the 55 car of Dustin Enderley and the 19 of Chris Watkins in the Dodge Boys Fabrication.
Looks like they kind of strung out a little bit. I'm not sure if there's too many racing grooves right now in this heat track. It's pretty tacky all over, but hopefully by that time the A main rolls around, we'll get the tackiness out of the track and have it spread across. Scott Weatherby out to a demanding lead right now, showing everybody how to drive that late model around Volusia.
Yeah, he's looking good early so far in heat race number 1. That number 10 car, Windview Games. Second place, Dustin Enderley. He's trying to hold on to second right now in the 55 Rhino powered late model, but he's got, it looks like, who is that? Andrew Schaefer is in the third
Fargo is
place.
actually up in the second place right now in that 222 car. He's got that thing up on the bars, and this time by we're going to have 3 to go. Still, Scott Weatherby out front in that number 10 car, showing him how it's done. Looks like Chris Watkins is battling Dustin Enderley back there for the 3rd place position, with Eric Fargo starting to make a little progress down on Scott Weatherby, but I don't think it's going to be enough as we got 2 to go.
I'm sure Scott Weatherby is watching his mirror right now. Eric Fargo just gained a bunch of room on him. He's a very, very good racer in the 222 car. And he's right on the bumper of your leader, Scott Weatherby, right now, going into 1, exiting 2. Who's going to have the lead here?
And this is the final lap. This is a white flag brought to you by WinView Games. Again, winviewgames.com/JR289. Eric Fargo squeaks out a win right at the line in that 222 machine. What a race up there for front.
Very impressive showing here by Eric Fargo. Early in heat race number 1, he made his way from the back all the way to the front on the very last lap. Your heat race number 1 winner, Eric Fargo, in the 222 car.
All right, and our top 5 are going to be in 5th, 55 of Dustin Early, and 4th will be the number 13 car, Brant Morrow. Your 3rd place finisher for Heat 1 is going to be the number 19 car of Chris Watkins. 2nd place of Heat 1 is going to be like Scott Weatherby in that WinView Games racing machine, and your winner, who started inside row 3, is going to be Eric Fargo in that 222 machine. Starting on the pole tonight for Heat 2. Going to be Nathan Weatherby, also a WinView Games racing machine, that number 6 car. Looks like they're making a pretty good show tonight. Alright, so starting on the pole tonight for heat number 2 is going to be that number 6 car, Nathan Weatherby. Outside row 1 will be the 21 car of Quinn Wallace. Inside row 2, 75, James Nunn. 2 is outside in the 017, Alan Westman. Inside row 3, Chris Orencia in that 78. He's been a series regular with Anthony Miller, who is outside in the 71 Valvoline car. Inside row 4, the number 17 of Jason McSparron, and 2 is outside Corey Whitworth in the 69 car. Looks like we're going green out of 4 here. And Nathan Weatherby is out to an early advantage here. He's got 3 car lengths. James Nunn throwing the inside of the 017 car for 2nd place. James Nunn is in 2nd with Chris Orencia in 3rd. Nathan Weatherby gets loose in 3 and 4, which allows he shuffled back 3 or 4 spots here. James Nunn's going to be your new leader. Looks like that car might be a little tight right now.
Keep an eye on the 69 car, Corey Whitworth. He started in the back and has made his way up to the 2nd position already. I noticed that the 017 car, Alan Westman, also got in the wall early and let Corey Whitworth underneath him for the 3rd position. Now he's made his way up to 2nd.
We got a battle back there for 4th as well. This is exciting to see in the heat race. Number 21, Quinn Wallace, running the outside line, and this 017 of Alan Westman's kind of running that low to middle line as well. Second might have actually spread out now with Quinn Wallace taking that position. And we're 4 in the books, 4 to go for heat race number 2.
Halfway through in the 69 car, Corey Whitworth is now making an attempt to take the lead from the 75 car of James Nunn, and he does do it as we begin lap 5 going into turn 1. We have a new leader, the 69 car of Corey Whitworth.
Like James is finding himself in the marbles. I think that's going to cause him to get past as well for the might fall back into third this time with Chris Orncian and that 78 car working his inside. And yes, we got a new second place driver here. Corey Whitworth, though, he's pulled out front, Ryan. I think he's checked out.
I think it's a good sign of who we might see up front in the A main, with Eric Fargo making his way up to the front in heat race number 1, and now Corey Whitworth starting in the back and is now your leader in heat race number 2.
And the white flag's out by Windview Games. And that's the checkered, folks. Corey Whitworth is going to be your winner for heat race number 1. Looks like Chris Oriancia in second, with the 017 of Alan Westman in third, James Nunn in the 75 car in fourth, and then fifth place, the 17 car of Jason McSparron. Well, Ryan, looks like that's going to conclude our heat races tonight, actually. We're going to get prepared for the A main. Don't we have something exciting coming up on Memorial Day next Monday here?
Yes, we do. I'm very excited to share the news. We've been finalizing this deal all day long today and yesterday, and we finally have it set in stone, and I'm glad to finally get to share this news with everybody here on the live stream. And I've already shared it with the drivers down at the track during the drivers meeting, but we have a special event coming up on Monday, which next Monday, Memorial Day, which is May 29th at 7 p.m. Central Time. We will be hosting a special event race in the Super Late Models at Eldora Speedway. This will be called the Gone But Not Forgotten 100. It'll be a normal racing show with the exception of a 100-lap A-main race. There's a minimum donation of $5 to enter the race, with all money raised being donated to the Wounded Warriors Project. This is a great way to show our support to our veterans and get to have a little fun out there on the racetrack as well, doing what we can with our freedom that our veterans have provided. This is just a small way to say thank you back to them by donating to the Wounded Warriors Project. I believe we've already raised $200 the last 2 days, and we are also excited to announce that over $100 in prize money will be handed out to the drivers that night, thanks to the staff here at Simcast TV. So we'll be throwing $100 out of our own money to hand the prizes for drivers, and in return, all the money that we receive from the drivers to enter the race is being donated to the Wounded Warriors Project. There's a few packages to choose from when you register for this great event. First one is a minimum donation of $5. This will get you an entry spot onto the race on May 29th. Second one is called our Mention Sponsor, and for $10. It'll get you into the race, and we'll also get your name or organization mentioned in the broadcast the night of the event. Our bronze package sponsor will be for $20. It'll get your entry fee paid for you, your name mentioned during the broadcast, and will be posted on all of our social media updates and advertisements leading up to the race. So for the next week, you can have your name on our advertisements around social media. $50 silver package will get you into the race, get your name mentioned and posted on social media. It'll also get your logo posted on our website. We have a brand new website here I'll share with you in just a minute, which will be showcased around all that for just $50. And any donation of $100 or more will get you a guaranteed spot into the race, your name or organization mentioned in our broadcast, advertised on social media, sponsor spot on our website, and you will get your own slide live on our live broadcast for the event. We'll get to mention your name multiple times during the race, and we'll even interview you, get you some airtime on our live stream for a $100 donation. Once again, guys, this is going to a great cause to give back to our veterans, to be able to come out here and race and enjoy the freedom that they provide for us. So anybody is welcome to attend. Once again, a $5 minimum donation. You can sign up for this event starting tonight by going to www.simcast.news and click on the Gone But Not Forgotten 100 tab. right there at the top of the brand new website, and you can enter there. You'll just pick out what package you'd like to pay for, provide your name and a race car number, and we'll get you into the event from there. So once again, guys, the Gone But Not Forgotten 100, it'll be our first ever special event hosted by National Sim Racing League, and it's going to a great cause, the Wounded Warrior Project. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone. I'm very excited to see what we get for a car count on next Monday night, Memorial Day evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you can't race with us Monday night, be sure to tune in as always on www.simcast.tv for a live stream of the event. We're very proud to be able to broadcast this great event, and hopefully we'll see some great racing out of the deal as well.
Yeah, we're very excited. That sounds awesome, Ryan. Thank you for everything. Really explaining that to everybody. We're getting the heat rate or the A main set up right now, so just stand by. We're gonna take a real quick commercial break as we get everything set up. Thank you for tuning in to Simcast TV.
A lot of fast cars out there in both heat races. A lot of guys coming from the back to bring home the win in that 222 car of Eric Fargo and the 69 of Corey Whitworth. I'm expecting a very fast A-main, 45 laps of side-by-side racing here in the late models.
I can't wait. You know, and just talking about the race, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Our main sponsor for tonight's race is WinView Games. Go ahead, go to www.winviewgames.com/JER289. It's an app that's available on your iPhone or your Android device. You kind of play along as you go while you're watching a sports game. It kind of brings a new element to it. I've done it. Not a huge basketball fan, but I've played it while watching a basketball game, and I was actually able to watch the whole game. They also have football, which I'm excited for once that season comes out, as well as baseball, and I think they're actually working on NASCAR right now. We'd also like to thank our other sponsors, Aero Wraps, Dodge Boy Fabrication, Root Hunt Kennels, and our team officiating the race tonight, High Octane Sim Racing. I'd also like to thank Tom Jenks again. He's behind the cameras right now, and he's doing an awesome job. So, just like to thank our sponsors. Also, if you like some of the music that we've played during the breaks, For the Birds, it's a local band here in Wichita, Kansas. They kind of play, I want to say, music that's similar to, not exactly like, the Red Hot Chili Peppers or Sublime. They're pretty good. You want to check them out, just go on Facebook and search For the Birds 316. That should pull up their Facebook page. You should be able to get in contact with one of them if you really like their music and pick up an album. Ryan, do you got something exciting to share as well for another series that's upcoming?
I do. I'm proud to announce that the National Sim Racing League has came aboard for another series to be broadcasted by the folks here at Simcast TV, and that is on Tuesday nights at 8:15 Central Time. They are running a sprint car, 360 sprint car league, running now until August 1st, it looks like, every Tuesday night. This Tuesday, May 23rd, will be at USA Speedway for 30 laps of action-packed racing in the sprint cars. So once again, thank you to the National Sim Racing League for coming aboard and being a partner with us again here at Simcast TV for yet another series on Tuesday nights. And obviously we talked a little bit about, if you weren't with us right at the end of the heat races, we talked about another upcoming event that National Sim Racing League is hosting on Memorial Day in honor of our veterans. They're hosting the Gone But Not Forgotten 100. This is a first ever cash buy-in race hosted by them. It's going to be a $5 minimum donation to race, and all proceeds going to the Wounded Warriors Project. It's a very cool thing that they're doing to give back to our veterans. For more information on that, again, check out our brand new website, www.simcast.news. That website just got finished up yesterday, and we're still adding stuff to it as the week goes on this week. So be checking that out and stay updated on what we're up to over here at Simcast TV. Looks like they've hit the track now for a little bit of a warm-up session before they go 45 laps of green flag racing here at Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. These super late model cars. So a chance for some of the guys to get out there and practice for the upcoming Memorial Day race. Even though that will be held at Eldora Speedway, it will be held in the super late models, so they can kind of get a feeling for the car and what to expect. And of course, the A-main being 45 laps will be almost half of the 100 laps that they'll be running on Memorial Day. So we hope to see some great racing here tonight, and we'll lead into the Gone But Not Forgotten 100 race up on Memorial Day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to roll this. Our session's rolling over now. The 8 main lineup. They're going to make the track. Schedule to start on the pole tonight was going to be Dustin Enderly, but I believe he is going to scratch, which means one thing only. We have a Weatherby team up front on row 1. It should be Scott Weatherby on inside row, starting pole now with Nathan Weatherby to his outside. We got 2 of the Windview Games race cars on the pole. Scratch that. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Dustin Enderly actually did make it to the A main tonight, so he's going to be our pole setter with Nathan Weatherby to his outside. Starting in third is going to be Scott Weatherby. James Nunn to his outside. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the night where we need to stand up and wave as our A main contenders come across the front stretch. I hope you used the restroom and got enough beers to make it through 45 laps, as you're not going to want to miss any of the action tonight. We got some of our finest drivers locked in this 45-lap A-Man event, brought to you by WinViewGames.com/JER289. Let's get rowdy because we have some of the best dirt simulator drivers here tonight. Starting on your pole tonight is going to be the 55 of Dustin Early. To his outside, Nathan Weatherby in the 6 machine.
And in row number 2 on the inside, the number 10 car of Scott Weatherby in the Windview Games late model. To his outside will be James Nunn in that Simcast TV car.
Starting in 4th tonight will be Alan Westman, and to his outside, Chris the Joker Watkins in the 19 car.
Behind them is the 17 car, Jason McSparron, and outside him, the 222 car of Eric Fargo. Keep an eye on him.
Starting tonight in 9th place for your A-main event, Brant Marr in the 13 car, and to his outside, your hard charger for tonight, 69 of Corey Whitworth.
And behind them, looks like will be the 87 car of Andrew Schaefer, and to his outside car, the 78 car of Chris Orencia.
Starting in 13th, your final A-main contender tonight, the 21 car of Quinn Wallace. Looks like we're going to go green out of 4 here, folks. Your leader, Dustin Enderly, is going to check them down out of 4. Green flag's in the air. Here we go. Let's go racing. Looks like Dustin Enderly caught the inside wall. He's going to get spun up with number 10 car of Scott Weatherby. Is going to be your new leader. James Nunn working for 3rd on the inside of Dustin Enderly right now with Eric Fargo to his inside. We're 3 wide coming out of 4. It's getting a little feisty back there, all right. Looks like Quinn Walsh is going to go around in 2. See if he gets that.
We went 3 wide already.
Looks like our first Windview game caution is out tonight on lap 2. Quinn Walsh was unable to make it through turn 1 on the 2nd lap. Again, we're 3 wide back there.
So
looks like we're going to do the Delaware double tonight as the leader. Alan Westman will have a row to himself. And they're going to go, the 2nd place car will have a choice of his own if he wants to be inside or out. Looks like we're going to go green next time by. Alan or Scott Weatherby will be inside. Row number 2 with Mr. Alan Westman, row to himself. They're going to drop the green flag. Let's go racing again. Eric Fargo's going to drop to the inside to gain that 2nd spot. He had a pretty good jump there. And Corey Whitworth had a little trouble there. I'm not exactly sure what happened. He kind of got bottled up. He's missing a little bit of that front left spoiler. We'll have to see if that's going to affect his race car tonight. Alan Westman's still your leader with Eric Fargo nipping at the heels and Scott Weatherby in that Windview Games in third. Oh, looks like we got a battle, pretty good battle here for third. There's 4 cars that are pretty well bottled up going into 3 right now. Scott Weatherby in third with James Nunn looking to his inside in that 75 car, and Dustin Enderle not too far behind in the 55. Looks like Nathan Weatherby's making moves on the outside as well. He's up in the 7th right now. He just passed Chris Orsiana on the outside. We're 3 wide coming out of 4 this time. And Scott Weatherby's still he's holding on for that 3rd place right there, but they're all, actually looks like Dustin Enderle now out of 2 is gonna be your new 3rd place ender. Alan Westman stretching out, Eric Fargo as well. They're kind of taking themselves away from the rest of the pack right now. They've lined up, and I think they decided to get a little bit of a gap and then start racing.
I was watching that battle the back there in 4th. I watched James Nunn in the 75 car and the 10 car of Scott Weatherby. They were door to door the entire lap. I haven't seen anything like that for quite a while. Really good racing back there.
Looks like Corey Whitworth actually isn't having too much trouble without that front left of his fender right there. He's worked himself back up in 8th place after being pretty well behind the rest of the pack after getting bottled up in a little bit of an accident. Looks like Jason McSperrin's going to make his way off pit road and get back on that green flag racing. He's 3 laps back, so not sure if he's out yet, but it's not looking good for that 17 car. Your top 5. In 5th, Scott Weatherby. In 4th, James Nunn. Dustin Enderle in 3rd, Eric Fargo in 2nd, and still your leader, Alan Westman in the 017.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind here, Jeremy, is tonight is the season championship, which means double the points. Alan Westman was 2nd place in points following Chris Watkins. So a win here could be huge for Alan Westman in the 017 car.
And it's not looking, Chris, I mean, he's not doing bad, but he's back there in 10th right now. Hopefully he can find his way back up front to get some of that prize money.
You know, he got involved in that caution on lap 2, went into the pits, had his pit crew pull some stuff out off the tires, it looked like. And so he's running a solid 10th place right now, but, you know, that could be cutting it close to a points championship.
You know, Ryan, I'm kind of watching the race, and I'm going in between the drivers, and I'm really struggling to see which line's faster. It seems like some guys' setups are meant for the bottom, some guys are rubbing that cushion. I think the track's widening out pretty well, and we should have some pretty good racing here by the end of this.
I think the guys that were struggling in the heat races running that high side knew that the track was going to come around for the A main, so that's why they stuck with staying on the high side, because now it's kind of working out in their favor a little bit, but like you said, close racing all the way around, and you really can't count anybody out quite yet.
Your top 5. Wow, Corey Whitworth's made his way up to 4th, and he's making his way up to battle for 3rd place right now. He just passed Scott Weatherby in that 10 car for 4th, but he's making his way up to James Nunn right now. Won his heat race, got into an accident, ended up the back and under green flag without a restart. He's made his way back from the 4th. That's some impressive wheeling right there by that 69 car.
Especially missing that left front fender. He's really fast. Keep an eye on him as we are just approaching the halfway point here in the next lap or 2.
And Eric Fargo is actually reeling your leader, Alan Westman. He's diving down below him and wasn't quite able to make it stick. He slipped up a little bit, but I think we're going to have some pretty good racing up here up front within a couple laps. Got a pretty good battle back there for 7th. They're bumper to bumper right now coming out of 2. That's the 87 car of Andrew Schaefer with Chris Orencia on the 78 car working his outside. Chris Watkins moved up a position in the 9th.
Yeah, looks like he could really use a caution, Jeremy. He's not really gaining anywhere right now except the one position in the last 10 laps, so he could really use a caution to get a little closer to the front and hopefully hold on to his point championship.
Chris Arancia was able to make that pass. He's in 7th place now over the 87 of Andrew Schaefer. Alan Westman, your leader, going into 2. Eric Fargo's working his inside of that 222 machine. They're coming out of 2. Alan Westman's still going to be your leader. Lap traffic's going to come into play here within a couple laps. They're starting to run down Jason McSparron. We'll see if that helps out Eric Fargo or helps out your leader, Alan Westman. As they enter into 2 now, Alan Westman's still holding on. They have almost a 4-second gap over 3rd place. Those two are impressing the crowd tonight. Here they come across the front stretch. Alan Westman, your leader, with Eric Fargo in 2nd.
We pretty much have an identical race between the 1st and 2nd place is what we do for 3rd and 4th there, between the 75 car of James Nunn and the 69 car of Corey Whitworth. About the same amount of gap between the two drivers, and really they're running almost identical lines to the leaders, so it'll be interesting to see how this race plays out in the next 15 laps.
Last lap, Alan Westman hit a 16.029, and your 2nd place contender, Eric Fargo, hit a 16.062. So I mean, they're within thousands, hundredths of a second of each other right now. This is impressive. Your top 5, Scott Weatherby in the 10 car, and 4th, Corey Whitworth. 3rd, James Nunn. Eric Fargo in 2nd. Alan Westman still your leader. Well, working lap 32 of 45 for the Florida Classic, brought to you by WinviewGames.com/JER289. Looks like Corey Whitworth is getting on the bumper of James Nunn right now. He's within a car length. They're both working the high side. We'll have to see if Corey's able to dive down on the bottom and make that slider work. I think right now he's just trying to tighten up to him just a little bit and hope that James Nunn messes up a little bit and he's able to get it. And he's looking to the inside now on turn 1. Not going to happen here.
Good racing all the way around the track here as we continue the battle between 1st and 2nd and also 3rd and 4th. But you still have the 10 car of Scott Weatherby running a strong 5th with Dustin Enderly behind him. I noticed Chris Watkins now moved up 1 position as well into that 4th or 8th place as he got by the 87 car of Andrew Schaefer for 8th.
Corey Whitworth still all over James Nunn for that 3rd place battle. I think that's the closest race that we got right now as they enter turn 1. Still no front left on that fender. That's impressive for Corey Whitworth. Maybe it isn't doing a lot to the aerodynamics, but I think it really affected.
He's making it work, that's for sure, as he's all over the bumper of James Nunn going into 1 there. His whole front nose cone is just covered in mud as he's kind of waiting for his chance to attack for the 3rd position. We'll wait and see.
And he's just working that left rear fender on him. I think it's absolutely impressive, and it just shows the craft and the skill of the drivers that we have here tonight as they're able to be within inches of each other, working their way around the track, going 100 miles an hour. And we got a yellow, our second yellow that night, brought to you by WinView Games, is out. We got a huge wreck in the back of turn 2. Not really sure what happened there. Let me see. Thankfully, we have instant replay in this time of era. Looks like Chris Watkins in the number 19 in the 6 car of Nathan Weatherby got into each other coming out of 2. Looks like that's going to bring out a red flag for us so they can get those cars lined up real quick. There's a little bit of a issue with that last wreck. 3 cars are involved. Looks like with that caution, we're trying to get the lineup figured back out. Some of the guys that got bottled up, they're going to get back on that lead lap, get right behind the tail of the lead field. Pretty big pile up coming out of 2. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, www.winviewgames.com/JER289. Looks like we're going to have a 1-lap shootout. We're going to go single file. This is going to be pretty interesting. It's going to get a little crazy, I think, with just 1 lap to go. Not really sure where we're going to need to look, but our white flag's about ready to come out for our WinView Games white flag. They're entering 3 now. Alan Westman, still your leader, with Eric Fargo nipping at the heels. We're going to check it down out of 4. Here we go for our final lap of racing tonight. Alan Westman, your leader, into 1. Eric Fargo looking at the inside line. 6-9, Corey Whitworth slipped up a little bit. James Dunn in 3rd. Chris Watkins looking at the inside of 78. Chris Orients, yeah, it's not going to stick. Alan Westman's going to be your winner tonight. Winner, chicken dinner for Alan Westman in the 17 car. Eric Fargo in 2nd. James Dunn in 3rd. Corey Whitworth in 4th, Dustin Early in 5th, Scott Weatherby, that WinView Games race machine, in 6th, Chris Orencia in 7th, Chris Watkins in 8th, Nathan Weatherby 9th, and Andrew Schaefer and rounding out your top 10. Well, Ryan, I think this is my favorite part of the night. I like watching you run across the track to catch up to those drivers as they get out of their car. Who are you looking for tonight?
All right. Yeah, I'm running down the steps here out of the broadcast booth, running across the tracks into the pits, and I'm going to try and catch Nathan Weatherby here in the 6 car. I'm with him right now. Nathan Weatherby, ladies and gentlemen, in the 6 car. He was driving for our sponsor tonight, WinView Games. Once again, you can download their app at www.winviewgames.com/JER289. Nathan, pretty strong overall tonight. Probably not where you wanted to end up, but you had a pretty good race car for pretty much the whole night. What do you think of the track and the racing?
Well, I mean, it was good. I wish I had my car a little looser. It was still too tight, so I couldn't exactly go where I wanted to put the car. But it was pretty good racing for all the way up to the field. It was a solid track.
I did get a report about midway through the night that your car was pretty tight for the heat races. So I was hoping that you could make it work for the A main and get loosened up a little bit. And like I said, probably not where you wanted to finish the night at, but still overall you had a pretty strong car and you worked with what you had, and pretty good night by you for racing, and your brother Scott Weatherby as well in the 10 car, sponsored by WinView Games. We wanted to thank you guys for coming out and representing WinView Games and racing in our series. We appreciate the support that you guys have brought to this series. Is there anybody else that you'd like to thank on the car?
Just WinView Games and them for sponsoring the night. You'll definitely be seeing me and my brother a lot more as you guys race.
Yeah, keep in mind too, we have a special event coming up, the Gone But Not Forgotten 100 on Memorial Day. Are you guys interested in racing that at all in the super late models at Eldora?
I plan on it. I'll have to check with my little brother on that one, but I know I'll be doing it for sure. I'm pretty sure he'll probably end up doing it too, so you'll probably see us for that one.
Sounds good, man. Well, thanks again so much to you and Scott both for your support in this series. We're happy to bring you aboard with WinView Games. And yeah, we hope to see you next Monday, as well as we are starting a pro late model series in the near future as well, so stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you, Nathan, and we hope to see you around.
Thanks.
Pretty impressive interview there with Nathan Weatherby from WinView Games. Ryan, I think I just see Alan right behind you. You're able to run over there as well?
I am. I'm running a few car legs down.
Actually, looks like he just got in his truck. Oh, maybe he's back. He's coming back out now.
And here we
Alan,
are.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alan, congratulations on winning that A main tonight. You were out front all night. What did you think of that track state?
Oh, it was good racing for me.
Yeah, you pulled out ahead early, and I think you just kind of checked out. Eric Fargo, that second place guy, he got a little close to you once or twice, but I think you were able to just hold on, and you had a pretty good gap. Were you a little worried there with that final green-white flag there?
Oh, I was worried the whole time. I didn't think I was gonna do too good. Evidently, I did pretty good.
I'd say you did real good. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I don't have any sponsors, so.
Alrighty. Well, I think you'll probably have a couple knocking on your door pretty quick here with that win. Are we going to be seeing you next Monday at that Memorial Gone But Not Forgotten 100 race?
Yeah, probably.
Sounds good. You might be a favorite to win it with that showing you had tonight. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
That's your winner tonight, P1, Allen. Brian, were you able to round up that second place contender? Eric, are you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
What'd you think of the racing tonight?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. Wish it wouldn't have ended with a one-lap shootout. Wish we'd have got 5-10 laps so I could try to get by Alan there.
Yeah, it wasn't the best place for the yellow to come out. I thought it was going to get pretty interesting there, but didn't turn out too crazy on that final restart. Was the track pretty wide, or was it kind of one grooved?
Me and Alan were running a couple different lines on the enter of 1 and a little bit in 3 and 4, but the lines intercrossed, so I mean you really couldn't pass without having to get into somebody. Because I know I caught Alan a couple times there, and I wasn't gonna wreck him to get by him, so.
That's good to hear. That's a very clean driver right there, Eric Fargo, in that 2F car. Eric, are we going to be seeing you next week at the Gone But Not Forgotten 100?
I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you load your super late model up and drive on over to Rossburg, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Jeremy. I'm almost out of breath here running through the pits, but I got one more guy here to bring along and interview real quick. Corey Whitworth, pretty impressive showing in your heat race tonight, coming from the back and winning it in a pretty demanding finish there, heat race number 2. And then you came out, got tangled up in the A main early on, and made your way back up to the front without a front left fender. What was that car like? How was it affecting it without the fender being there?
It definitely made the front end a handful to stay under you.
I know we were kind of questioning what it would do to the handling of the car, but it didn't seem to bother you as you wheeled it back up towards the front and got your way for a 4th place finish. Congratulations on that. Is there any sponsors or anybody you'd like to thank for working on the car?
Just my pocketbook for buying all this stuff. It's kind of expensive.
I'm sure it is. I know a way to earn some of that money back is next week, Memorial Day, the Gone But Not Forgotten 100 for the Wounded Warriors Project. Simcast TV is throwing $100 of prizes out to the drivers for coming out. Are we going to see you there at Eldora Speedway next week?
Oh, probably. I'll more than likely show up to that.
Sounds good. Well, hey, we hope to see your car unload at the racetrack next Monday night at 7 Central Time for the super late models at Eldora Speedway. Thank you again, Corey, for your support for this series as we wrap it up tonight at Volusia Speedway Park. We appreciate you coming out and racing with us as you wheeled your way up to 4th place finish tonight. Thanks again, and we hope to see you next week.
Yes, sir. It was a blast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to do it for us tonight for the final week of the National Sim Racing League Mini Dirt Touring Series, brought to you by www.winviewgames.com/JER289. If you want more dirt action racing, next Tuesday we'll have our 360 Sprint League firing up. So make sure you head on out there. It starts right around 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, Windview Games, Aero Reps, Dodge Boy Fabrications, Root Hunt Kennels, and our team officiating the race, Octane Sim Racing. For Jeremy Rucker, Ryan Ayers, and Tom Jenks behind the cameras, this is Simcast TV, and we'll see you next week.